Hi class, my name is Jennifer Getz and I'm going to be discussing Alzheimer's disease and the DSM-5 criteria. The criteria is as follows. It is an insidious onset and gradual progression of a disease, the impairment in one or more cognitive domains and at least two for a major disorder classification. With the cognitive domains, there are six of them. Complex attention. If you have Alzheimer's, it is easier for you to be distracted and have trouble paying attention and multitasking. With executive function, someone with Alzheimer's would have trouble planning, organizing, and making decisions. Learning and memory. More recent memories are easier to be forgotten, so they have trouble learning new skills because that memory is impaired and they forget things quicker. That just happened recently. Language, they have trouble calling up the word that they want to use when talking or being able to remember the appropriate name for an item, so they may end up just having to describe the item instead. Perceptual motor is being able to understand what they see, such as an example would be a hairbrush, recognizing that if they see a hairbrush, that is used to brush their hair. Social cognition, most of us can filter out what we are feeling and thinking before we say it. With someone who has Alzheimer's, they have trouble doing so, so they begin to just say what they're feeling and thinking out loud. With Alzheimer's disease, currently there's only one way to really confirm it, and that is through post-mortem exam of the brain. Alzheimer's accounts for 60 to 90% of dementia cases, and the greatest factor is increasing age. Currently, there is no known cure, but there is medication therapy that can be used to temporarily slow down the progression of symptoms. For major neurocognitive disorder, for Alzheimer's, there are two categories, major or minor, and in major and minor, there is probable Alzheimer's disease and possible Alzheimer's disease. With probable Alzheimer's disease criteria, if either one of the two following things are present, it is labeled as a probable Alzheimer's disease. Number one, if there is evidence of genetic mutation in family history or genetic testing has been done on the client and there is a genetic mutation found. Or number two, if all three of the following are present, then it can be labeled as probable. Number one, there is clear evidence of decline in memory and learning and at least one other cognitive domain that I had previously spoken about. Number two, steadily progressive gradual decline in cognition without an extended plateau, meaning they keep declining. There is no period of time where they get better and they're better for a while and then it progresses. Number three, absence of other diseases that could cause cognitive decline. If neither one of those two things can be confirmed, then a diagnosis of possible Alzheimer's is used instead. For mild neurocognitive disorder with Alzheimer's, again, there is probable and possible. With probable, Alzheimer's disease is diagnosed if there is evidence, again, of a genetic mutation from family history, or the client themselves have tested positive for a genetic mutation that causes Alzheimer's. For possible Alzheimer's disease, it's diagnosed if there is no evidence of genetic mutation from the family or genetic testing done on the client themselves, and they have not tested positive for that. Then all three of the following have to be present in order for a possible diagnosis. Number one, there's clear evidence of a decline in memory and learning. Number two, there's steadily progressive gradual decline in cognition without extended plateaus. And number three, there is no evidence of another disease or condition as a possible cause or contributing to the cognitive decline.